Have you ever wondered what happens to a home when a couple divorces? Well, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to go over 7 different things that you're going to need to take into consideration when you're going through a divorce. Hey guys, Jeff from the Brantford Realty Group. Welcome back. If you're new here and you want to know everything there is to know about Brantford, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, and everything real estate related, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel because I come out with new videos every week that are packed full of value. So let's get right to it. Now you're going to want to stick around to the end of the video to see what number 7 is, because it doesn't have to do with your house. It has to do with the rest of your personal assets. Navigating a divorce can be very tricky when there are large assets involved. So you're going to want to make sure that you get a team of trusted experts to help guide you the way and that have your best interests at heart. Now this video is not intended to give you legal advice, but to sort of give you a guide as to where to start. Building a team of a lawyer, a real estate agent, and an accountant are of utmost importance. I recommend you find someone you think has your best interests at heart and set this team up immediately to guide you through the process and make it as smooth as possible. Now, the first thing to consider is, do you need to sell? Every divorce is unique. Not everyone's situation is the same. You may want to stay in your house. You may need to sell. You may have multiple properties which you're going to need to split down the middle and come to an agreement. Alternatively, one spouse may buy the other spouse out of the property. If the house has a mortgage on it, you're going to want to talk to your mortgage lender immediately and find out exactly what the fees are for canceling. They're also going to be able to give you a good idea if you're going to be able to afford the mortgage on your own, because more than likely you both applied for the mortgage and that is how you guys got qualified, and you might not be able to carry the mortgage on your own. So speak to a mortgage broker and find out exactly where you stand. Take time to consider exactly what you want. If you want to continue living in the house, you're going to need to talk to your lawyer and your lender to make sure that it's possible. If you do not wish to remain in the house, or you just simply can't, you're going to want to make sure that you start mapping out the next step in the process. The second thing you need to consider is who will stay in the house. Now, the chances are is when you bought the house, you both agreed that you're going to live there, but now things have to change. Now, at this point, you have 3 different options that you can take. Now, one is both of you can continue to live in the house. Number 2 is that one spouse lives in the house. And 3 is that neither of you live in the house. When deciding which situation would work out for you, you're going to want to consider the following. First one you're going to want to consider is safety. Your overall safety is most important. Now, are there any safety concerns with both spouses living in the house? Are there safety concerns if both of you move out of the house? Attractiveness of the property is the next thing to consider. Typically, empty houses don't show as well as if people were still living there. If both of you decide to vacate the property, are you willing to leave some furniture there in order to make it more appealing to buyers? If not, would you consider having the home professionally staged? Also have to think about what it's going to cost you. If both spouses decide to leave the house, it can get quite expensive. Many of the costs associated with owning a home are still going to need to be paid regardless if no one's living there or not. It's important to factor in these costs to make sure that it's not breaking the bank. It's important to know the average day on the market as well when you go to list your house, because this is roughly how long your house is going to sit on the market before it sells. So you're going to want to budget accordingly based on market conditions. Whether or not you plan on living in the home while it's listed, you need to start making plans for your next accommodations. Don't wait till the last minute when the house sells to start scrambling to find a new place. The third thing you're going to need to take into consideration is who's going to sell your house. You may be inclined to use the same real estate agent who helped buy you the house, but this could be a mistake. Communications during a divorce can be strained, and coming to an agreement is not always going to be easy. You're going to need a real estate who knows how to handle a divorce motivated sale and knows how to come to a win-win situation for everybody. deserve the assistance of a true professional during this time, specializing in handling clients who are divorcing. Know that communication is key. They contact both of you directly and frequently. They also understand the importance of maintaining trust between both spouses during this process. We've helped many clients through this exact situation, and we know exactly the care that this kind of process needs. It would be our honor to help you guys find the perfect agent for your needs. The fourth thing to consider is what needs to be done and who's going to do it. Now, this is a two-part question. The first part is what needs to be done to get the home ready to list. Secondly, who is going to do this work? The real estate agent is going to be able to give you an unbiased list of things that you need to do in order to get your home done. Now, this could be as simple as decluttering the space and making it as open as possible. Now, this list could be a short list, and it could just be decluttering your house, opening it up, and giving it more space. But it could happen that you need to paint walls, finish some repairs, do some landscaping on the outside, and other things that'll help make your house shine above the competition. You're going to want to do everything you can to make sure that your house shines. You're going to want to take every step there is and listen to your real estate agent's advice. The fifth thing you're going to want to take into consideration are what are the tax implications. Yes, taxes come into this equation. They always do. There's only one thing sure in life, is death and taxes. Now, it's important that you have on your team a trusted accountant or tax advisor. You're going to want to make sure that this person specializes in the whole divorce process. If you don't know of one, you can always ask your lawyer or your real estate agent, and they should be able to point you in the right direction. When selling a home, you may trigger the capital gains tax. So you're going to want to know exactly what all the costs are when it comes to selling your house and how it applies to your income. The sixth thing to consider is how you're going to handle negotiations. And this is when an offer comes in, how are you going to handle negotiating that deal? Negotiating is an essential part of selling your homes. And sometimes during a divorce, communication can be strained. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a plan in place so that you can quickly come to a decision when it comes to negotiating effectively. Your agent should be able to make some recommendations based on your unique circumstances. They may even decide to be the intermediary. They may recommend that each person seek their own advice from a different person. Now remember, negotiation just doesn't start when you list your home. It goes right up until the day of closing. And finally, at number 7 is how will you divide your personal items and other large assets in the home. While selling a home may very well be the biggest asset you have, you're going to need to take into consideration the other assets that you have in the house. Now, it could be furniture, it could be artwork, could be electronics, could be whatever you guys have accumulated as a couple. You're going to want to make a list of those things that are most important to you. It'll be super important for you to decide what items mean the most to you and exactly how you want them to be handled. It's important to bring this up to your lawyer and your agents as early in the process as possible. Down in the description below, there's going to be a download for the 7 crucial things you're going to want to think about when going through a divorce. So be sure to click on it and download it for your free guide today. If you guys have any other further questions on what to consider when going through a divorce, leave it down in the comment below and I'll be sure to get you your answer. If you like this video, you're going to want to watch this video right here. So I'll see you in the next video.